Have you ever wondered why some people on a ketogenic diet see their ketone levels shoot through the roof, while others barely move the needle no matter how strict they are? The truth is, getting your ketones high isn't just about cutting carbs. There are hidden traps, overlooked details, and even surprising lifestyle habits that can make or break your results. And once you learn them, the difference can feel almost like flipping a switch in your body and your brain. Let's start with the most obvious villain that still catches people off guard: carbohydrates. Everyone knows carbs push you out of ketosis, but the problem is they sneak into foods you wouldn't expect. Salad dressings, sauces, so-called healthy protein bars. Even vegetables that sound innocent can have just enough sugar to slow things down. That handful of grapes, that sauce at a restaurant, suddenly your ketones are flatlining. The trick isn't just tracking the obvious carbs, it's becoming hyper-aware of the hidden ones, because your body will always burn glucose first if it's there, even in tiny amounts. And once it does, ketones fall to the back of the line. But carbs aren't the only landmine. Most people are shocked when they learn that protein, yes protein, can quietly sabotage ketosis too. When you overdo protein, your body has a way of turning it into glucose through a process called gluconeogenesis. That means instead of fueling yourself with ketones, your body slips right back into sugar-burning mode, even without carbs. This is where fat-to-protein ratio comes in. Some people thrive when they keep fat higher and protein moderate. Think of it as feeding the fire. More fat means more raw material for ketones. Too much protein and you choke the flames. Many people who stalled on keto saw their numbers climb simply by pouring a little extra cream in their coffee, cooking with more olive oil, or reaching for macadamias instead of chicken breast. It sounds almost too simple, but those tiny shifts can flip the balance dramatically. Now let's talk about one of the biggest marketing tricks in the keto space: the myth of net carbs. If you've ever picked up a package of keto cookies or ice cream, you've seen the bold claim, only 2 net carbs. It sounds perfect, right? But dig deeper, and the math isn't always on your side. Net carbs are supposed to mean total carbs minus fiber. Fiber doesn't count against you because your body can't turn it into glucose. But here's the catch. Many companies use sugar alcohols or other additives that don't behave like fiber. For some people, those sugar alcohols spike insulin just like sugar. That means while the label says 2 net carbs, your body might be processing 10. And you're left scratching your head, wondering why your ketones never rise. The safest path is always whole foods. Avocados, leafy greens, nuts. When you're relying on packaged snacks, you're playing a dangerous guessing game with your metabolism. Even if you nail your macros, your body chemistry isn't fixed. Lifestyle can swing your ketones in ways most people never expect. Take exercise, for example. A hard cardio session can drop your ketones right after the workout. But then, almost like clockwork, they rebound and shoot higher than before. It's a fascinating rebound effect. Your body temporarily burns through available fuel during exercise, but in the hours afterward, it turns into a ketone-making machine. People who struggled to raise their numbers often notice a huge difference when they add consistent running, swimming, or cycling. It doesn't just improve your fitness, it rewires the way your body prefers to burn energy. And then there's something few people realize until they experience it firsthand. The type of fat you eat changes everything. Yes, all fat provides energy, but certain fats act like a ketone accelerator. MCT oil is the classic example. Just a tablespoon or 2 can make blood ketones jump noticeably, even when nothing else in the diet has changed. Cocoa butter, tallow, and other rich fats have similar effects. It's almost like a cheat code built into the ketogenic lifestyle. People who experiment here often find 1 or 2 fats that reliably send their ketones soaring. The trick is to test, track, and repeat. What works for one person might not for another, but when you find the fat that lights your system up, you've found one of the easiest levers to pull. Still, even if your diet is perfect, there's another angle that can change the game: timing. If you eat around the clock, your body never gets the downtime it needs to flip fully into fat-burning mode. That's why intermittent fasting is such a powerful companion to keto. Compressing your eating window into 6 or 8 hours, or even trying 1 meal a day, can skyrocket ketones. It's not just theory. Our ancestors didn't graze from morning to midnight. They feasted when food was available and fasted when it wasn't. When you recreate that rhythm, your metabolism adapts in ways that feel primal and natural. Energy steadies, focus sharpens, and ketones climb because the body has no choice but to fuel itself from fat. But there's one invisible factor that can quietly undo everything you've worked for: stress. It doesn't matter if your macros are flawless. If your stress hormones are surging, ketones crash. Imagine spending the day eating perfectly, only to sit in traffic, feel your heart race, and watch your ketone meter drop. It's not just in your head. Cortisol and stress chemistry actively interfere with ketosis. But here's the hopeful side. Stress management can be one of the fastest ways to raise ketones without changing a single bite of food. Deep breathing, meditation, even reading quietly can restore balance. In one case, people have seen their ketones double after just 20 minutes of focused relaxation. It's that powerful. And then, for those still searching for a boost, there's the controversial shortcut: exogenous ketones, powders, esters, supplements that give you ketones directly instead of waiting for your body to make them. They can work, yes, but they're not without risk. Some people find them helpful after a carb-heavy meal or when struggling to get into ketosis. Others warn they can cause side effects or mask deeper issues in the diet. They're a tool, not a foundation. If you experiment, do it carefully, and understand that they're more of a temporary patch than a lifestyle solution. So where does this leave us? The truth is, raising your ketones isn't about one single rule. It's about mastering 8 different levers you can pull at any time. Cut hidden carbs, balance your protein with fat, see through the net carb marketing tricks, use exercise strategically, experiment with the right types of fat, time your meals with fasting windows, calm your stress, and finally, decide for yourself if exogenous ketones are worth the risk. When you put these together, your metabolism stops feeling like a mystery. Suddenly, you're not just guessing why your ketones rise or fall. You're in control. And when you're in control, that's when the real benefits of ketosis begin to shine. Clearer focus, steadier energy, and for many people, a dramatic impact on mental health and resilience. Now here's the thought I'll leave you with. Ketosis isn't just a diet, it's a reflection of how every part of your life fits together. Food, exercise, stress, timing, even the hidden details most people ignore. When you start thinking of ketones not as a number on a meter but as a mirror of your daily choices, the lifestyle becomes powerful in ways no quick fix can ever match.